of DMR TV. You are all welcome to another edition of Family Life on DMR TV. Our topic of discourse this afternoon is on All Adoration Conference for Men 2025. All Adoration Conference for Men 2025. Today is a special day where we are celebrating the World Communication Day, and in our diocese, Boya, our Chief Shepherd, His Lordship Michael Bibi, choose to celebrate this day at St. John of God Parish, Bonadikombo in Mile 4. And so we join the world at large and our diocese during this program to celebrate this day. For all of us are communicators, and we are celebrating our communication unit of the Diocese of Boya, and especially our media house, DMR TV. In the studio, we have our usual panelists, our couple coordinator of the Diocese of Boya, the lead couple and model couple in the persons of Mr. and Mrs. Niba Michael from St. John of God Parish, Bonadikombo. Daddy, Mommy, you are welcome.
Thank you very much. It's our pleasure to be here, and as you said, wish our televiewers a happy Communication Day, as today is actually a big day for communication,
especially from our parish where God resides. Yes. The bishop and his communication church, they are there with us to see.
Okay, happy World Communication Day to all communicators of DMR TV and to all viewers of DMR TV. We wish you all a happy celebration, especially for those who are in St. John of God Parish in Bonadikombo. At the technical board, we have Madam Kindness and Mr. Bertwell Kinge. And we also salute the management in the person of Madam Bong, myself at the host, Mami Mary Ann Chinmolo of St. Anthony of Padua Parish, Boya Town, the citadel of God's presence. Wow. You are all welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
Yes, we are here today to continue our discussion on all Adoration Conference for Men for this year 2025. We have been talking on this topic for 2 weeks now, and we are continuing because our date is already close to us. So why this talk on this Adoration Conference? Mommy Tekla, why this talk on this Adoration Conference?
As a matter of fact, there is need for us to talk about the all-night Adoration Conference for men. And it's obvious that they should be talking about it all over the place. Because first of all, men are coming together. When men are coming together, people should be talking about it. Because men are leaders of our families. And wherever leaders are gathered, people are always talking around, because when leaders come together, people expect results. Leaders come together, people expect results, people expect decisions, people expect resolutions. So when our leaders are going to come together at the level of norms, decisions will be expected, resolutions will be expected, even if they are not exposing these decisions or resolutions to the rest of the family, but members will know that he has gone to this place and is coming back home, coming back to. So from time to time, men come together for social reasons, for intellectual reasons, for political reasons. It's been obvious, but it's rare, though not really rare, that men come together for spiritual reasons. Men who are not religious coming together for spiritual reasons. Even when men come together in their apostolic groups, they come together for various reasons. They have social aspects of their religious, of their groups. They have a economic aspect, people are always contributing more. But this is principally spiritual. Men will be coming together to talk about themselves, talk about their spirituality, to listen, to acquire knowledge, to see that they move from one level to another. These are things which sometimes men do not consider, or people generally do not consider as important, that we come together for a spiritual reason. From time to time, priests, religious, they go together for their periodic, sometimes yearly retreats to evaluate how they have been living, to think about what next. But us lay people, we just consider it as not really necessary. But this is a need for families, that men are coming together to reflect on themselves and their families. So that is the essence why we should come together.
Okay. Yes, just to add, as she has already pointed out, it is a spiritual activity, and generally, as Madame was saying there, you see, men do not think that they should take off time to come and talk about their spiritual life. So you see, an adoration conference will permit us to come together as men, and in that case, we'll be able to meet Christ. You know, we should be able to lay our strength, to draw our strength from Christ, because on our own, it is difficult for us to handle our families. There are a lot of challenges, and on our own, the energy that we have on our own will not be able to sustain, we will not be able to come through. But once we put our faith in Christ, that is, as we come into this adoration, we're coming to meet Him in the Blessed Sacrament, and as such, we will be able to, you know, draw strength to be able to come across, to be able to handle our challenges, the family challenges that come along with running a family. So it is very, very important that we come together in order to draw inspiration from Christ, because we know our families are Christ-centered. As Christians, our family should be Christ-centered, and therefore, from time to time, we should take time off to come meet Him in the Blessed Sacrament, so that we will be able to have His grace, and with that grace, we will be able to run our families in a Christ-fearing manner. Yeah.
Thank you very much for that elaborate explanation. It is actually a retreat time to meet Christ, to gain more power, spiritual power, to come back to our homes and reform the vices, the difficulties, the problems, the things that were not moving on well, is to correct them. So our men are being called upon to come out on this day for this adoration night. Yes, we have said that. We have said that. What actually is the importance of this adoration night or this adoration conference to the families?
Let me first talk about the importance to the men who are coming.
Okay.
And then we'll see how we are taking it to the families.
To the families.
Generally, men are the head of the family, over and over and over again. In institutions, different professionals from time to time go out for sometimes professionals of the same industry, sometimes teachers of mathematics from different schools, they go together for a seminar in mathematics, how to improve upon their teaching of mathematics, so that students better understand them. Sometimes managers of different establishments go for a seminar to learn to improve their skills management so that they can better handle their various institutions. And that is how professionals of different institutions but of the same industry from time to time go out for a seminar together. They talk, they listen to presentations, they talk, they share their experiences so that people can learn and better manage the institutions from where they are coming. Sometimes they go for leadership seminars, sometimes they go for different seminars, but generally to improve upon their skills in managing those their institutions or where they come from. This is a time where leaders of the family are coming together. All of them are from the family institutions. They are coming together. Family is family. It is the same industry, if we have to put it that way. They are coming to listen to talks, to improve upon their spirituality, and look at how they could better manage their families with this improved spirituality which they are acquiring from the speakers who are going to present to them, and from the sharing which they are going to share, learn from the strengths of each other, share their weaknesses, and use their general strength to overcome individual weaknesses so that they can better manage their families where they are coming from. So that is why the men are coming together as men and as leaders of their families.
Yes, if I could just add something there, there are times we take things for granted, especially we the men.
Okay.
There are times we think that a family should just run as we acquire as members coming to the family. That is, for example, first of all, the man, you get married to a wife. We are taking the case of a married couple. You get married to a wife, and then you are there, and then you start forming the family. The family starts growing, and there are times we, the men, as the head of the family, we take things for granted, thinking that the family should just run as it is supposed to be, and that we don't need special skills. That is why there are times, that is why we're saying here that it is very, very necessary that men, they should be able to come together, talk, look at the challenges, because to these challenges, they may be common to some families. Yeah, we may have particular challenges, and then coming together and sharing and making Christ, because that is the center, it is going to help us to better look at ways to handle these challenges. So what we are saying here is that it is important for this conference to take place from time to time, so that men should be able to come together and look at the different challenges that they normally have in running their families. Families cannot be run as if
it's made of robots.
Yes, you just think that things should fall in place. No, for your family to be a successful family,
you must work hard.
You must work for it. You must work hard. You must acquire knowledge, the different skills of management, so that these families should be properly run. Because just as Madam said there, the family is an institution, and institutions are not run on a haphazard manner. You must at every given time upgrade and update, so that the knowledge that is needed for you to run these families, you acquire them. And this is one of the opportunities that we are inviting the men, as the head of the families, to come out and sit together, talk in the presence of Christ, because Christ will be present in this adoration night, in this all adoration night, adoration night, so that you will be able to bring out the difficulties, the challenges that you have been having in running your families. You should be able to bring them out and present them to him, and he is there. He will listen, because we are talking here about the real presence of Christ in the blessed sacrament, and he will be there. He will be exposed the whole night, and once he's exposed, the difficulties that you have, you talk them out with him one on one. And it is something very, very important, which I think that the men should not miss.
Okay, that is very good, Daddy. So with these difficulties that families have, and the topics of presentation which we have chosen for that conference, is there a relationship between the topics that will be presented there with what families are going through?
Yes, sure. Certainly, there is a close relationship, because the topics have not just been chosen in the air. It's from experience. We were from the family life service, because the family life service, that is the work of the family life service. From their work, from their know-how, they are able to come out with the topics such that the answer, so that the answer to the challenges that the families are facing. So it is very normal that once we come there, by the time we go through, we'll be able to answer most of the questions that normally come. What are the challenges that the family faces? And as the head of the family, what am I supposed to do to be able to overcome these challenges? So the topics that we will be discussing are in relationship to the challenges that our families actually face.
Yes, because before we put up the topics, we had brainstormed on a theme that's befitting the men and the family. And the theme that we are looking at, a Eucharistic man and his family challenges. A Eucharistic man and his family challenges. Because as a Christian man and a Catholic man, to be more specific, you should be looking forward to becoming a Eucharistic man. And as every man in a family has family challenges, Eucharistic men even have more challenging families, because being a Eucharistic man, you are looking at that ideal man that you want to become in the person of Christ. And as much as you look at that ideal man to want to become like him, the challenges that you have will be more than somebody who does not look up to him. Somebody who does not look up to him as an example. So a Eucharistic man will definitely have more challenges.
Yes.
And any man who is Catholic, who does not look forward to becoming a Eucharistic man, then there is a question as to why he even chooses to be Catholic.
Yes.
Yes. And when you are a Eucharistic man, you have those challenges which come up in the family that you will always want to overcome in struggling to make each member of your family to become a Eucharistic person.
Yes, and when you become a Eucharistic person, it means that you are actually taking the role of Christ in your family. I remember in the last adoration night, one of the topics the presentations, the father presented on that topic. Father Elvis did actually say that the man in the family is the vicar of the family. Meaning, as a man, you are supposed to be a representative of Christ in your family, and therefore means that if you are going to be a representative of Christ, it therefore means that you must be like Christ. That's why here we are talking of the Eucharistic man and his family challenges. So you see, actually, you still just to confirm it, therefore means that the topics have not been chosen anyhow. They have not been chosen lightly. There was actually a serious work. There was a working session, a meeting that finally those topics, the presentations were actually chosen. Okay. So it is not by chance or by error that the topics have been picked such that they will respond to the challenges of the men.
Yes, and some of the topics include the challenges of the Eucharistic man.
Yeah.
One-on-one with Jesus for your family. And male leadership in the family. Those are the three main topics, but there are other discussions which will go along the line with it. So all of them are related to man and his family.
Thank you very much. That is very, 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 very good. In fact, when you just listen to what all of us are saying about this adoration night, I think no man should be left behind.
Sure, nobody.
Yes, no man should be left behind. So having said all of this, let us take the announcement that tells us about this night. An all-night adoration conference for men with the theme, A Eucharistic Man and His Family Challenges, that comes out from John, the Gospel of John, chapter 16, verse 33. The date of this conference is Friday, the 6th of June, 2025. It is for all men of our diocese, that is Boya Diocese. And the venue for this conference is St. John of God Parish, My 4, Limbe, Bonadikombo. Arrival time between 6 and 7:30 p.m. We have a registration fee for 1,000 francs that will take care of the adoration/conference booklet, coffee break, fuel for speakers, guest speakers, communication for organization, fuel for organization. So what do you need to come along with? Come along with a Bible, the rosary, your hymnal, an exercise book, and a pen. So that is what we need. We are calling on all men of all parishes. I want to talk to the men of my parish, St. Anthony of Padua Parish, Boya Town, the citadel of God's presence. My dear fathers of the church, the men of honor in that church, my dear fathers of the Christian family movement, and all men, even those who do not belong to any apostolic group of our parish, please make it a date on the 6th and come out. Our parish priests have been talking a lot about this announcement every day, calling on you to follow him to Bonadikombo. Our parish priest is the lead speaker for that day, and he will need you people by him to listen to what he has for us. Our men, you are all called upon to be in Bonadikombo. Please start making up your bags. Thank you very much, dear viewers, and may we go back to our discussion. Mother, having had all of this, let me just know whether, let's just see, is this conference coming up for the first time, or is a follow-up of another conference that had taken place?
Actually, this is the second men's adoration night which we are organizing. And after the first one had close to 200 men. There were precisely 189 men registered. 189 men registered.
Yes.
So we said there were close to 200 men, and the men actually appreciated it and requested for a next. Yes. So we are up with the next, which is the 6th of June 2025.
Yes, at St. John of God, Bonadikombo. Yes. My 4. Yes. So we are calling on all the Bible. I think this time around we are expecting about 400 men.
Yes, we are actually expecting all the men. Just imagine that all the men of our diocese actually come out. Put the PPC chair of Bonadikombo, my 4, of St. John of God Parish, Bonadikombo, my 4. He did send an announcement out on the parish forum. I don't know. I think it's
the
men in adoration forum, because there's already a forum for that adoration night. Yes, he did send out a forum, an announcement there, telling the men of diocese that for him to know that men have come to the church, that he needs to see at least 5,000 men, because the capacity of the church because the capacity of the church of Bonadikombo is at least 5,000. So that he says that for him to know that men have entered that church, he needs at least 5,000 men. So he's calling on all the men to come out. So for him, we are expecting at least 5,000 men in our church in Bonatikombo.
Yeah, and the parish priest.
Yes.
And the parish priest keeps calling.
Yes.
They will update him on the number of men who have registered. Who say, Father, we have precisely the number of men who will come. But know that this church is going to be full.
Yes.
Because men are actually looking for. Generally, people look for a folk to pray. People look for a folk to pray, especially when it has been specified, because know that the people share the same kind of challenges.
Yes.
So
because
we dream of a full church.
Yes. So we are actually expecting all the men to come out, because if you hear where they are going to be looking at the ways for you to overcome your family challenges, if you stay behind, and on the long run you have a serious challenge with your family, you have only yourself to blame. So what we are saying here is that night is a wonderful night. It is a solemn night, and Christ is going to be present there in person. Christ will be there in the blessed sacrament, and we know that where the blessed sacrament is present and exposed, you have everything. You communicate one-on-one with Christ. And if when you are communicating one-on-one with Christ, that is the best time that Christ will actually answer you. Because if you don't come there and talk with him face to face, it will be difficult for you to say that, okay, you are challenges, you are there, you have difficulties, and they are not, you will not be able to solve them. So we are saying that it is a wonderful opportunity, because during the last adoration, there are testimonies. Men came after and testified that what they went through that night, you cannot say it, you can only feel it. So we are calling on the men that they should actually come out in their numbers, so that together we should be able to come out and look at our challenges individually and as a community, so that we will be able to better our families through this Eucharistic adoration.
Yes, Daddy, from what you are saying, if I understood very well, it means that this program will reflect a prayer program. It's a conference that will reflect a prayer program.
Exactly.
How would that be?
Exactly, it is, because we will be in the presence of Christ. There will be silent meditation, and then there will be guided adoration. Once these things they take place, they are a form of prayer, and adoration is a form of prayer in which you come one in one, you come in contact with Christ. Because first of all, even though we are going to be there as a community, but there is this stress on this one-on-one adoration, this one-on-one contact, this silent adoration, where you do this meditation and you talk to Christ. You know, you talk to him deep down there in you, and he is there to answer you.
Yes, and it is actually an adoration night, an adoration conference, because we'll be learning about adoration and we will be doing
practice.
Yes,
we'll be learning about adoration and we'll actually be adoring, and it will help us to develop ourselves so long as our prayer life is concerned, because it's not just praying, but it's about learning and praying. Because there is this tendency of Christians praying without guide and going out of the way and become more of fans in their prayer life, living a kind of fanatic life in your prayer life than a real spiritual life. When you are guided, you build spirituality that helps you, helps family, helps community. But when you are merely a prayer fan, you just become a kind of even a nuisance, kind of somebody who prays and just expects miracles. You become not somebody who is building spirituality, but somebody who is only looking up to see when miracles will occur. Yes. So you are praying for miracles to occur. You are not praying for God to take control of your life and the life of your family members.
Yes, that is why the quality of the speakers that will be there that night. You have reverend fathers, you have lay people that will be giving those talks.
Religious.
Yes, the religious. So it is something that that's why we call it an adoration conference, because you are actually doing the two, as Madam is saying there. You'll be doing adoration, which is the prayer itself, and then you will be doing the conference, which is
the talks that will be delivered, there will be mass, there will be rosary,
yes,
the adoration after each talk, there will be sharing, there will be songs of praise. Every aspect of prayer will be present, and every aspect of learning also will be present. That's why they are asking you to come with your pen and your paper also.
Yes, and there's going to be
an adoration and a unique adoration conference.
Yes.
So I imagine that this is restricted for Catholic men. Is that what it means?
Actually, it's organized for Catholic men.
Yes,
but any man who thinks that he wants to spend that night in adoration of Christ is free.
If somebody cannot come to prayer and we tell him that no, you should not pray because it is for Catholic. No, it is actually, as she has said, it's organized for Catholic men. But if any other person comes in, we will allow the person to pray with us.
Yes, because they will still gain many other things.
Yes.
I'm asking this because we know that other denominations don't have the Eucharistic adoration or the Eucharistic Blessed Sacrament with them. They don't have that aspect of spirituality.
Yes.
Yes. So, and I think that our talks can help men to be good leaders in their family generally.
Yes, and that's the main objective.
Yes, that's the main objective. So that when you come out of that, you should be able now to handle your family spirituality, your family challenges, economic wise, everything. You should be able to handle it better, because when you come in contact with Christ, he is going to guide you. He will guide you during this night, because the Blessed Sacrament will be exposed the whole night. And the Blessed Sacrament being exposed, you are in the presence of Christ, and in the presence of Christ, you draw inspiration, you gain the grace during that night. And then in addition, there will be songs of worship, songs of praise, and all of that. So it makes it very, very solemn. So it is actually going to be a solemn night.
Thank you very much, Daddy.
Yeah.
So I imagine that this night we intend the men to come back with something, and it will be an all-night vigil. And considering the fact that it is Friday, end of the week, where people are tired already, and this, how do we prevent the aspect of people getting to slumber, sleep, without getting from this beautiful talks and rich package that we have for them? How do we?
Yes, we've already thought of that, and we've put modalities in place. There will be a coffee break, so that during that coffee break, people will take a bite, they will take a bit of coffee, and it will stop them from dozing off. And in addition to that, the whole event will be participatory.
Okay.
So, and they'll have workshop activities, they'll have different things that will help them interact and keep sleep away.
Okay.
Yeah, so from the experience, actually, this coffee is very, when we talk coffee, it will be real coffee. It's not milk, or because if you take milk or vaccine, it will instantly allow you to sleep. So we are going to have a good dose of coffee.
Of coffee?
Yeah, which is going to keep them alert. And that coffee break is going to take place late in the night, let's say about 1, 2, or let's say by midnight. By midnight of the 1, that is the time that the sleep will come in. Once you take that coffee, black coffee, will certainly is going to help.
Yes, so there will be coffee there, except for those who cannot take empty coffee.
Yes.
We've made provision for milk, so that it doesn't give them heartburn, because there are some people when they take empty coffee, it gives them heartburn. So we've put all of that.
Yes, and in addition to that, they are also going to be, when we notice that people are already trying to doze off, they will always come in with songs of praise, songs of worship. That too also helps them to stay alert. So we have very good singers that will be having that day, and they will be leading us in those songs of praise and songs of worship.
I don't know whether this time around we did not put some activities that will enable people to work in groups. Outside.
All of that is in the program. That's why we say it's interactive, and there will be a lot of from time to time movements. Yes.
That will help them to be awake.
Yes, we keep them alert.
No, thank you very much. So how can the men who have already gotten this information be able to reach to other men?
Yes, there are many ways. The thing is that once you see something that is good, if you want to pass it to other people, it's just a matter of you getting yourself loving it and wanting people to know it.
Yes.
You can choose to go door to door and meet people. You can choose to say, I will invite 10 people and see that these 10 people participate. It's your decision. You can choose to put there is a flyer on your status. You can choose to put the flyer on your status. You can choose, yes, you can choose to, we have created a forum. So if you want to be in the forum, send us your number and you can contact us through the official family life contact, which is 670733496. 670733496. If any person wants to be in the forum, you send us your contacts, we bring you in the forum. The forum is Men in Adoration. Men in Adoration. And Men in Adoration will not end here. When we finish with this program, we will not be talking too much, but we'll be giving you basic adoration information that you can carry out activities privately without anybody's intervention, because the objective for us is to see that men pray, because when men pray, families are stable.
Yes. And just to add, the men who already participated last year, they are already like our ambassadors. They know what they had there last year. And therefore, I would like to call on them. It is let them take it as a challenge, that so that they bring in more men. Let us suppose we said there were about 189 men who participated last year. Just suppose that each of these 189 men brings just two other men into the program to come and share. We will see that we are going to have a whole crowd down there in Bonadikumbo come Friday. So it is very, very important that the men who participated last year should also become ambassadors, to also spread the news, so that more men should come and also benefit from what they benefited last year.
Yes, and even women, see to it that your husband participates. Register for your husband and tell your husband that I've already registered for you. In your various SCCs, let the various SCCs see that the men of that SCC register, and you send the contact and they participate in the program. Share the flyer. The flyer is all over the place. It's on our status. Contact us and you get details about it. Like we have given you the information, 670733496. 670733496. That is the official contact of the Family Life Office.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you. Now we are getting close to the end of this program. I think we should be taking our last words. Daddy, let me start with you. What special word do you have for the men?
The only special word that I have for them is special invitation. This is a special invitation, a special opportunity for all the men to come together, so that we'll be able to strengthen our families, strengthen our know-how, in order to have our families better, to better the spiritual life of our families, and everything as far as running of the family is concerned.
Okay, Mommy.
Yes, I would like to say that the men should take it upon themselves as their responsibility. Tell God that you want to be part of this adoration night, and you want to come along with at least 10 men to be a part of the adoration night. Make sure that you follow up the 10 men as if it were your personal organization, because anything which concerns God, if we don't take it personal, then we are making it not to be successful. So let us take it personal, and let us see that at the level of our SCCs, it is announced, and we see that the men register, and at the level of our apostolic groups and different ways that we can get people. Once you take it personal, you remind people even in the streets, even in the offices, and you will see that as many men as possible participate in this adoration night. It will be a wonderful night. It will be a great night. It will be a night of a personal contact
For
make
sure.
your encounter
For
with
sure.
the Lord Jesus Christ.
So thank you. Thank you, Mommy and Daddy Neba. It was such a great moment. The men, you have heard enough. You have actually heard. It is a rich package prepared for you. Men aspiring to be married men, widowers. It is all for us to come and gain our refreshment in the Lord. A Eucharistic Adoration Conference for men of the year 2025 in the Diocese of Buea, taking place at St. John of God Parish, Bonadikombo in Mile 4 on the 6th of June, beginning from 6 p.m. where registration starts. Registration is 1,000 francs. Thank you, dear televiewers. Thank you, Mommy and Daddy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Yes, we are thankful to our technicians, Madam Kindness and Mr. Bedwell Kinge, to management, Madam Joyce Mbong, to our proprietor who made it possible for us to share our own little contribution to the growth of families, the head of the diocese, our father, His Lordship Michael Bibi. We are thankful to you and we want to wish everybody a happy World Communication Day. Family is all we have.
Family, the story of our origin.
I am Mary Ann Chinmolo, your host for today. Ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao.